Okay, I'm live. I'm live. I'm functioning. Me. I got a new headset I'm trying out. If not, I'll probably screw my thing, but okay. Please tell me you can hear me. Because I got a new headset. And I am really, really hoping that please say I'm coming through that you can hear me. Because if not, I will be very sad. Because I really like this headset. I don't want it to go to hell. Because I like this headset a lot. So please say I'm coming through. Please tell me I'm coming through. I mean, I think I am because I see the little microphone. Ah, sweet. All right, cool. Yes. All right. Yeah, I got a new headset. Basically, it's what it is. Yep, that is the logo I made and never got around to actually getting up. I kept forgetting as I had it on my tablet, and I kept forgetting to send it over to my actual computer. So I made sure I did that today. That was my bad. Coming in clear. That's honestly that makes me happy because I got a new headset. I really like this new headset. It's Hunter Hunter themed. It's got RGB on sides. It's really cool. I love it. Because the only downside though is that I can't have these on underneath it, but it's not a problem. I love this. But yeah, that's actually the thumbnail for the podcast itself. Actually, after today, you'll be able to see that. It's going to be I'm going to set up an actual podcast playlist, and I'm going to get the logo that I made for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast, and I'm going to put that in then. But I needed to get the logo, and I have that one stored on my computer, and the other one I have on my tablet. So I'm just going to send the one from my computer to my tablet along with something else that I have to send that I forgot I had. Stop coming in at all because I will be very pissed. I do love this new headset. I tried it out last night. It is a blast to have. I didn't try all of it because I played a game last night. I didn't really have the sound coming in through it, so I don't know how well that works. But as for audio, it sounded really good, so I was very happy with that. But yeah, we are talking Power Rangers tonight. We're talking our favorite monsters from the franchise. And I'm not going to lie, I actually forgot to look this up on Thursday. So I had Thursday off, and I actually forgot to look this up. I wanted to look it up Thursday, but I ended up getting sidetracked with some other stuff and completely spaced. This little kitten we have, Twix, she's so great. She has been running around riding. I'm not even joking, she is a freaking little energy ball of just everything. But still, she is really cool. And she is the cutest kitten in the world. She really, really is. But yeah, we were chasing her around. That's how she got her name, actually, it's my favorite candy bar. So we were coming up with names for her and the other kitten that were roaming around. That way we can tell them apart. We know, oh, hey, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so. That way we don't just say cat and point to one we're talking about. So we named her Twix. That was my idea because wait, I think I have a picture of her. Oh, wait, I do. Hold on. I do. I never heard of Arrow. No, my favorite candy bar is the Twix bar. I always love Twix. Here we go. Here she is. Here she is. If it comes in clear, it's my little kitty. So cute. She's a little chubby kitty. But she's. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, here's a better picture. Wait, here we go. Here's a better picture. But yep, she is just the cutest. She is the cutest kitten you're ever going to see. She's really adorable. But yeah, I love my kitten. She is so cute. She was the runt of the little litter. So we kind of had to keep her. We brought her in so we could feed her. And my mom goes, well, we were just going to keep her. We adopted her then. So she's ours. Problem is that she likes to run around. We had a little area fixed up for her, but of course she got a little antsy and jumped the gate half a dozen times. So now we fixed it up so she can run around the living room, but she keeps trying to go into the dining room, and she keeps wanting to crawl into really, really, yeah. I know she is. She is the cutest kitten in the world. She is so cute. She really is. We try. I mean, we did have the two kittens back in May, but they both, like I said, sadly passed away. But we have had her now for, I want to go with about 2 or 3 weeks, and she is healthy as crap with us, and we love her. She's our kitty. She's ours. We love her. That be when I close at night, and I have to be home at 10, she will occasionally, I'll bring her in here with me and I'll spend some time with her. I can't do that this coming Wednesday because I have a morning shift Thursday. But yeah, she is the cutest kitten ever. She is so cute. She really is. She is so cute. Though, which really sucks because when I try to pet her, she gets really angry and agitated with me. Like, I don't want you touching me. Get away from me. I'm just like, what the hell? I didn't do anything, kitty. But yeah, no, she is the cutest kitten though ever. She is so cute. She really is. She is cute. She is so cute. And I do. I really like spending time with her. I have found out that I can tire her out more so than my mom can. Because we more so than my mom can. Because I got her this well actually I got this for the other cats on the porch, but I brought it inside for the two kittens, and we still had it inside. I tried it with Twix. It's just this it's like a plastic rod. I just move it really quickly across the floor and she's out. That'll knock her flat on her ass. Do it right. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. That works for me. But yeah. Yeah, she is the cutest kitten ever. She's so cute. Except when she misbehaves, then she's not cute anymore. Then she becomes a little monster because she wants to misbehave. Then she becomes a monster. But she is the cutest kitten ever. And I mean that she is. She's so cute. But yeah, she is the cutest kitten. She really is. But anyway, that's about the kitten. It's been a long week, guys. It has been a long week. I got in trouble at work, so that's not fun because I was leaving early. In trouble at work, so that's not fun because I was leaving early. And apparently, the store manager got pissed off about it because nobody knew. So yeah, but yeah. So now I have to watch. Cross all my T's and dot all my I's now at work for a while. I'm on all the manager shit lists, which is not fun. Nice. So Thursday, Friday, today, I have tomorrow off yet. And then I have a morning shift for the first time in about. I actually have a morning shift. So I got that to look forward to. Finally have a morning shift. There is something that I want to do, and I'll have plenty of time to do it. So that works out very well for me. But anyway, today we are talking about our favorite Power Rangers monsters from the franchise. That is tonight's topic. And like I said, I did get distracted again with the cute kitty. Twix just pictures up on my Twitter, but she's just so damn cute. I'm so proud of my kitty. Some friends said that they would take her in a heartbeat, but yeah. She's just nobody will deny that. She's a little monster when she's awake. She's so cute when she sleeps. She seems so cute and innocent, and it's why can't you be like that all the time? But she's not. I wish she was, but she's not. Okay, and it's 75 today. So I have the window open. So if it gets too loud, I'll click. It's very annoying. I forgot I had Windows updates running, which is bad. Multitude of things I'm doing. I'm multitasking like crazy right now. But tonight we're talking Power Rangers monsters, our favorite Rangers monsters. So if you want to follow along at home, it's forward. I'm fine with it either. That is tonight's topic is monsters, but there's just like a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, that's their homepage. But I just Googled Power Rangers monsters, but it's a monster guide. There's a giant robot guide, footage for different things, Power Rangers in history, revisiting the Power Rangers, a card catalog from the trading card. I'm just going with the monster guide because that's what we need. So, of course, I got to start off with my all-time favorite monster. I forgot I had Windows Update with this. I mean, I know my live streams suck as it is, but I'm trying to get the causing interference with this. I mean, I know my live streams suck as it is, but I'm trying to get them to be a bit better for so damn long. But hope issues and stuff. But yeah. But anyway, I have got to start off with my favorite. NPR season 3 is my all. I've said this so many times, and I mean it. I enjoy times when there's always win, and yeah. Yeah, she is so cute. Hi, Common. It's Power Ranger Villain Day, and I showed off a picture of my kitten. I showed off a picture of the cutest kitten you're ever going to see. She is my kitten. My cute little kitten. A slightly better picture of her sleeping. She is so cute. But yeah, she is a cute kitten. But yeah, like I said though, so I was talking about Globber. So that is one of my all-time favorite villains is the Blue Globber, because season 3 was really good. I always liked Power Rangers season 3. I love the Shogun Megazord. I love the Ninja Zords. Do they actually have? Oh, cool, they do. Neat. The G, I think it's got to be I think it's called GreenRanger.com. They just abbreviated it. Megazord that they had, and of course it's Megazord that they had, and of course it was the secondary that they got. Oh, holy crap. Okay, so they have this stuff separated by wow, they got this separated by wow, okay, well technically the first 2 didn't have a mech. It wasn't until Battle Fever J, which would be the top one there. Alright, cool, I did get it. Cock Ranger. Wow. Holy crap, I actually did get it. It gets you your giant robots, the beasts and stuff like that. Megazord's always my favorite. Hands down. 100%. It's always been my favorite. And the thing is, that was the secondary Megazord that they got because with season 3, they had to take a few liberties creatively. So with Kaku Ranger, there was only 5 team members. The Aquatarian Rangers were basically the Kaku Ranger suits. They just like 10 episode crap show that we got. But basically, the Shogun Zords were the original mechs, and the Ninja Zords were the stronger ones. That would definitely be the Shogun Megazord. Third place going to the Astro Megazord. I did like the Zeo Megazord, but I never was able to get a decent toy of it as a kid. I only ever got like it got me for my birthday the 1 year. That was it. Otherwise, I did not get to actually own the Zeozords, which really annoyed me because I was kind of hoping that they would have kept going with the remaking it line, and I could have eventually gotten the better Zords, but of course, no. No, they didn't keep going with it. They had to stop that, and I was like, oh, of course they did. But yeah, I love the Shogun Megazord's my favorite all time. Close second is, like I said, Super Zeo Megazord. Third is Astro Megazord, with fourth place going strictly to the Zeo Megazord. Those are my favorites. I knew you were still running. Stupid update. I know you have to update, but for the love of God, you have to stop some monsters. Like I was saying, the Blue Globber is my all-time favorite monster from Power Rangers, and it's actually because of the newer powers that the Rangers got. Now, Rita Revolto, I would have said is a good one, but he was more of a main villain for season 3. So so I couldn't count him because that's against the rules for this one. So obviously, have to go with Globber, and Globber was really good. I always appreciated Globber. It was absorb the power of Ninjor, transform, basically anything that they were doing, any like damage that they were doing to Globber, they were doing to Ninjor. So it was really dangerous for them to try to damage it. Chimera from Mystic Force. See, okay, I'm actually using a website so I can pull up which one they are quickly. So give me a second. Mystic Force, here you are. Provided it loads up, which it should. I stopped my update. Mystic Chimera. Oh yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. But no, like I said, Globber is my all-time favorite. Next to Globber was one from Zeo that I liked. So I'm loving the fact that I can just pull it up here. Which one was it? Because it was really cool. It was just really cool having the fact that you could O-Ranger that they basically made this for. I had to think there for a second. Where are you? Because I forgot Zeo also had a lot of villains from the other seasons too, because of Zed and everything. So here it is, Wolfbane. That's the one. So I actually did kind of like this one. It's not a really good picture, but it's Wolfbane. Wolfbane wasn't bad. I don't remember much though. Mystic Force Optimist, unfortunately. That was one of the. I watched it. I sat through it. I do remember it. I just don't remember a lot about it. And yeah, the Midas Monster. That was a good one from Zio. The Midas Monster. Uh, Honestly, I do remember the one thing that I do remember about Mystic Force was that they killed off the main villain like 10 episodes in. And when that happened, I was like, what the fuck? And I could not scratch my head onto, well, now what are we going up against? It's like, okay, so they defeated wait, what the hell is his name? What the hell is his name? Crap, I can't even think of what the main villain's name was. Not there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. What was it? There we go. Yeah, here. I'm like, they defeated him 10 episodes in. Like 10 episodes in, and he's gone. And I'm just scratching my head like, okay, well, now what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, now what? You've defeated the enemy. You've defeated the main villain. What the hell is left? What is left to fight? And I had no idea. But now, Mystic Force wasn't bad though. I did like some of the weirdness that we got. I did like the Dark Wish episode, that little arc. That was really good. Yeah, I did notice that actually. Because with Metal Heroes, we got base sheriff things, and they just kind of compiled them together, and then they did the same when the footage for the one was done. And for Beetleborgs, it was I think it was Kabuto. But yeah, I did notice that there was Saban. Then again, to be fair, when they adapted the Metal Heroes saga, they had their hands full of Power Rangers. That thing had become a zeitgeist. And they were just making money hand over fist. Like, we just wanted to make a little more money. We need to make just a bit more money. How do we do this? And that was when they're like, oh, we're gonna make a little more by doing this, this, and this. Okay, that works. But I never really considered Korag to be a problem in with them, so long as it does what I need it to do, but only if the master wishes it. It's like he never wanted to just outright fight him and take him on. He always did it, and he always fought them with honor. So it wasn't like he was going after them if, say, a monster started beating the living crap out of him. He actually had a bit of honor to him. Oh, that's cool. You know, that's the thing that really gets me pissed though. With a lot of people, they're saying why we'll never get Tokuger, because and the kicker is we won't. Um, After Cosmic Fury is done, they're rebooting the franchise. It's it's pretty much set in stone at this point. What type of a reboot it's going to be, we don't know, but it's getting rebooted basically. But yeah, so it's really going to be difficult to figure out what we're going to get. That's why we can't have a Tokuger adaptation. That's why we can't have a Tokuger adaptation. You have Rangers from other freaking worlds. The Aquatarian Rangers, the Gold Ranger was apparently from Triforia. You have the Blue Centurion, the Phantom Ranger. There are Space Rangers that were literally explained in Power Rangers in Space. All of this stuff is still canon, mind you. And they're like, oh no, but do you need rail rescues? Nobody's going to understand trains. Really? How? Well, to be fair, the series that he was originally trying to get greenlit for Power Rangers, he tried Bioman, and that came out earlier on. When did Bioman come out? Hold on. Yeah. So technically, he did try Bioman first. That came out in the 80s, in like the early 80s. That was 84. So yeah, keep in mind that's what he had access to, and the entire process behind how Power Rangers worked was Sentai footage, and we just reshoot with English speaking people. The rest of it's just dubbed over Sentai footage. Hence, like what Disney said at the time of just dub the Sentai, which they kind of did with Samurai, but I give them a pass for Samurai. I give Saban a pass for that because I seriously feel like Nickelodeon looked at him and said, "Oh, we'll give you the time you need," and then turned around and shoved the screwdriver straight up his ass and said, "No, screw you. We're done. You need to do this now." But yeah, here's another good monster, and I can technically say this one is a monster. This one does meet our rules because it was only in a couple episodes. By the way, 3 episodes. While it is technically a fusion of 2 of the main villains, it only appeared in 3 episodes, so I consider it a monster. Dark Cliptor. When Darkonda and Ecliptor fused it in space. That was a good one. When it just came to how the Metal Heroes and that. So, because if you ever watched VR Troopers, you notice how it would always fight on his own. JB and Kate would always fight on their own because it was 2 different series that they were melding together. Yep, that one came out in the late 80s. So, yeah, and keep in mind, like I said, it was basically a couple different series that he was fusing together for that. So it does make sense in a way that it would come to that. But yeah. But like I said, though, keep in mind, it is stuff that they only had. He just had to use what he had access to. Like the rest is history. But of course, again, though, keep in mind, VR Troopers was going to be Cybertron at first, because Jason David Frank, that was going to be his show. Until everybody's like, oh, please come back. Please, for the love of God, come back. Bring him back. Now we're asking it for a totally different reason, because he's gone and left us all here, which I still miss him. I think a lot of us still do. He was the best Ranger there ever was. But yeah, it was basically because he was going to be doing Cybertron, and Brad Hawkins was going to come on the Power Rangers then. But because they wanted Jason David Frank back, they're like, no, you got to come back. You got to come back. You got to come back. So they brought him back, and there was a thing. It was at a convention. He said that he and Brad Hawkins, the 2 shows were filming on the same lot. So they just swapped helmets and walked into the other set. He's carrying the Ryan Steele helmet, and Hawkins is carrying the White Ranger helmet. He goes, "Here you go, Jason. Here you go, Brad." They just separated and went went the other way, which is really cool. But what was that? Because I'm kind of taking a look at the monsters from in space. There was a lot of them in here. Of course, though, I don't think anybody could ever argue this. Tankenstein, the final villain of, or one of the final villain of Mega Ranger was Tankenstein. Wasn't the final villain in space. Countdown to Destruction, by the way, if you ever need a decent closer for an era of a series that has been on since the 90s, that was the best. We could do like an entire episode dedicated to Power Rangers episodes, I think. Like which ones were our favorites, which ones were good. Yeah, and keep in mind though, I think another reason why we're probably getting a reboot of Power Rangers now is because the Sentai series have gone to CGI. They've gotten rid of the actual suit actors for the Megazords. They've gone CGI. That started with what the hell was it? The anniversary one, the one with the gears, and I can't think of what its name is off the top of my head, but that kind of started the trend of CGI. I can't think of the name of it. It was before Dawn Brothers. But yeah, they got rid of Zenkaiser. Thank you. That's it. Because I keep trying to get. I want the one Ranger key I do want to get is Zenkai Ranger key, because then I would have access to all the other Rangers. I did want to try to get O Red from O Ranger, but I still have been trying to get my hands on the Zenkaiser Ranger key, and I can never get my hands on it because it is just, God, nobody wants to get rid of that thing. Nobody wants to give it up. Which really sucks, but yeah, Zenkaiser. Thank you. That's the one. Because I know that somebody, there's a person on YouTube that's been redubbing or fan dubbing some of the episodes, adding in their own little quirkiness to it. And one of them was really good. It took the first episode of Dawn Brothers, and they made it really good. Sadly, we'll never get those series here in the US. Once Cosmic Fury is done, they're rebooting the franchise, which sucks. But yeah, that sucks big time. But yeah, like tremendously blows. I mean, this has been a it's been a really good freaking show. And now after how many years now they're gonna reboot it, and they're just gonna kill it all. It's just yeah, it's horrible that they're gonna do that, but they're gonna do it. Unfortunately, we know it's gonna happen. It sucks, but yeah. But no, I honestly feel like we could just we could do like an entire episode of like favorite Power Rangers seasons and just go off of that. Yep, there will be no more. It's actually going to be soon, because Cosmic Fury is the last one they're adapting. That's it. We're not getting anyone anymore after that. It's going to be a reboot. It's just going to be fresh shit from the start, which sucks because I don't like the idea of it. I'm not exactly opposed to it, but you have so many Sentai adaptations you could do yet. You could pull so many ones from the catalog yet, and you're choosing to ignore them because why is my question, and nobody has been able to give a decent answer to that. Not one person has been able to give a decent answer. Because obviously it's a cash cow now. They yanked the production out of New Zealand. It's no longer going to be produced there. But we're not getting any more Sentai adaptations after Cosmic Fury is done. And they're close to wrapping up that. I think they were saying, I think within the next couple weeks. Which is just terrifying because that's it. No more Sentai adaptations. So we're never going to get Tokuger. We're never going to get let's see. Well, we didn't get Tokuger. We're never going to get Dawn Brothers, Zenkaiser. Zenkaiser would have worked so great for a Power Rangers adaptation. And it could have literally been what the fans have been wanting for so many years. Just don't get all new people. One new person, but then get one person from each season that you need. So you would need somebody from Mighty Morphin, you would need somebody from Wild Force, somebody from Mystic Force, and somebody from Operation Overdrive. And then you could get, unfortunately, you would have to, I guess, get some. And there you go. You could have had an entire season using the Zenkaiser footage, but nope. And that would have made a great anniversary, but we're never going to get that now, which sucks because they decided, oh, no. Nope, we're done. They're done converting. They're done after Cosmic Fury. That's it, which sucks. But yeah, I mean, and this is a franchise, like I said, that has lasted for how many years now? I mean, this thing has lasted what, since the 90s, for God's sake. I mean, I was a kid growing up with Mighty Morphin. I remember on the playground yelling, "It's Morphin time," till I was blue in the face. But yeah, we're not going to be getting I mean, we're not even going to be getting like King Oger, which really sucks. So there'll be no Dawn Brother adaptation, which that one I kind of will agree would be a little difficult to do. But Zenkaiser, I mean, here, this would have been Zenkaiser for the mechs. They could have had all that. Saban, they did a poll to understand what they would not understand the significance of trains. So I'm going to quote this one here. My response to that: set it on another planet. Problem solved. It was a simple solution to everyday problems, but nobody wanted to give it, which is it's just sad because we're never gonna get that. Hey, don't get me wrong, I do like that we got some decent monsters, we got a lot of decent stuff that came out of this, but at the same time, I really would have liked there to be, at least that's my whole thing. They could have still did Zenkaiser and a Zenkaiser adaptation and gave it had that be the beautiful send off. Have that be the swan song for the franchise. I said, look, here's the deal. The series is done. And because the Power Rangers, as you know, it is history. This is going to be the final one, Zenkaiser, because that was an anniversary special. That was an anniversary. They could have easily had that be the massive boom. Zenkaiser wouldn't have been that difficult to adapt. Like I said, it could have been the swan song for everything. They've already established a multiverse with other Rangers, as was set in Ninja Steel. There has been proof that other Rangers exist. We know of other Rangers existing. We know the morphine grid has existed in other places. We know there are planetary Rangers. All they would have needed to do was basically find a way to get them all together. They could have easily adapted it together. Get one character, like one returning Ranger from each one that'd be willing to come back, and there's your Ranger. They control a Zord that is keyed to their particular team. Like Mighty Morphin would be the dinosaur, Wild Force would be the lion, Mystic Force would be the fairy or the dragon. Sorry, that was just dragon. And Operation Overdrive would be the truck. And then you had Zenkaiser that's just basically bringing them all together. And you could just have that one be, the Ultra Ranger or something. I don't know. Somebody could have bought one more season. One more. That's all we asked. Just one more. But yeah, they're ending it after this one's done, which sucks. I mean, Dawn Brothers, that one would have been a pain in the ass to adapt, mostly because of they were all family. That's where the difficulty would have lied. The fact that it's basically, I mean, you had that aspect too in several other ones. You had that aspect in Ninja Steel. You had it in Space. You had it in RPM. You had it in Samurai. You had it so many other places. Yet you still screwed up. And hell, this is a franchise that basically, and this is what gets me, you had a franchise that had a series where the Earth got sucked into a black hole. The Rangers had to pull a Star Trek The Voyage Home bullshit maneuver, go back in time, stop the dinosaurs from going extinct, changing the future just to restore the Earth. So therefore, you've already changed existence. Ladies and gentlemen, the space-time continuum got bitch slapped and effed in the A. Yeah, that's the other problem. Well, they're only CGI when they're morphed because of how Dawn Brothers worked. But yeah, that would have been the other issue, but they could have gotten around that. I seriously feel like they could have gotten around that. I mean, hell, they did well with Beast Morphers and the entire. But honestly, if they wanted to do a fond farewell send off for the franchise before rebooting the fuck out of it, they could have done Zenkaiser. That literally leads itself into this is what a franchise adaptation should be. And it was begging to basically be given the Gokaiser treatment that we never actually got. I mean, almost every anniversary they have butchered. There are only two that I will say are okay. Forever Red and Dimensions in Danger. That's it. And Super Mega Force or Super Mega Shit Show was supposed to be the 20th anniversary. It failed miserably. It sucked tremendously. I'm never going to deny this. No one will ever deny it. And the fact that Saban is decided then, oh, I'm going to double down on this because I have no choice. Okay. Because you jumped over a series then, and then we doubled back later on, but you jumped over Go Busters, which sucked, by the way. Go Busters was a bad Sentai. When you're coming off the heels of the 35th Sentai and that one kicked ass, and then you're going into what is essentially the next one, it's a matter of figuring out which one's going to work and which one isn't going to work. And unfortunately, that one wasn't going to work. I would have been fine if we would have never gotten Beast Morphers. I would not have minded that. They could have skipped Beast Morphers and we could have gotten a different series. We ended up getting the Ninja adaptation, which was Ninja Steel, which had some decent monsters in it, but not a lot. Then again, Ninja didn't really have a lot going for it either. It was a comedy ninja Sentai. But yeah. That one could, yes. Unfortunately, it's too new yet. Even if they would adapt it, I would, because they're not planning to make any more adaptations. Once Cosmic Fury is completely wrapped up and broadcast, that's it. They're going straight for the reboot. Think, in all honesty, this is one of the times I'm going to thank God there's a writer's strike because that'll delay that thing tremendously. Thank you for that. We at least have the writer's strike to thank for that being delayed. Hopefully shelved. You know, figure it this way. Dub the Sentai. Just get, if you want to end the franchise. Let's face it, it's gone on now for, how many seasons are we even into? What is the latest, what season is this going to be? I can't type today. I'm trying to put my password into my tablet and I can't type today. How many seasons is this show? I mean, I'm going to say I'm really happy, though, that we have... True. But the kicker is that this is the first time since Mighty Morphin that we're actually getting the same team for 3 seasons with Cosmic Fury, which is, honestly, that's really cool. But I would have liked at least for one more. How many seasons we're up to so far? God damn it. Okay, it's 29. 20. You could have done 30. What? Zenkai? Oh, come on. You're kidding me. According to Wikipedia, it's like 29 seasons. According to Wikipedia, it's like 29 seasons. They could have done one more. We could have gotten one more. Oh my god, are you serious? It has been on since '93, so we're definitely that's yeah, almost 30 years. That would sound about right. True, but keep in mind it also can't. That's the thing because if King Oger's still going on yet, which if I remember the Sentai right, that goes February to February. They can't air. I think there was a contract thing when they were adapting it. That's why they had to pick the season that it just ended. They can't air one that's still currently airing in Japan. So if King Oger would still be airing, they can't start it. Because I think that was a contract thing that they specified. Okay, so Cosmic Fury is the 30th, so we could have gotten the 31st, and that could have been Zen Kaiser's adaptation, and they could have taken it as a really good send off. They could have really thrown the big bucks at this. They could have said, okay, we want to take the franchise completely back to formula, but we want to give the fans, the longtime fans, the diehard fans, the new fans, we want to give them a very good season. We want to give them a good send off. And they could have did Zen Kaiser, which I think would have worked out very well. But we'll never get that now because I know that they finished. They're not filming anymore in New Zealand, and the last I had heard, after Cosmic Fury's done completely, they're going to start on the reboot. So we're not getting any more adaptations, which sucks and it pisses me off. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I kind of feel like we've lost a lot of good stuff in here that we used to have, and now we're not going to get any of that good stuff back, which sucks. It really does. But I kind of do remember reading something or hearing about that for Power Rangers. That's why. So like when Mighty Morphin ended, they adapted Zeo. When Zeo ended, it went to Turbo. When Turbo ended, it went to In Space. They went with the one that it just ended. If I remember it correctly, it was because they could not air, they could not touch one that was still airing. So they had to have at least one or two seasons in between. I think we've gotten off the topic of our favorite monsters by this point too. By the way, we're basically into Power Rangers at this point. We're just I already said my favorites, so and everybody else has. Okay. So I think O Ranger was in '99, right? No, O Ranger was in '96. Okay, so '96 would have been, I think, Mighty. Started in '90. Eventually, got to the point where they were going to be catching up to it real quick. Because remember, they're just adapting the Sentai. It doesn't take much to do that. You're eventually going to run out of stuff to do, and when Disney got involved, it was, oh, we really want to start making this shit work. But that was 90. Oh, sorry, 95 was the first episode. Final episode was in 96. Okay, so 96 would have been 94 was season one. Let's see, 95 season two. 96. So yeah, that figures out right. So O Ranger would have been 96. Right? No, okay, yeah, they were about season apart yet. So basically right when they ended it. Well, it's not that difficult. They could have just said, "Hey, we want to adapt your." Well, technically, Disney had the rights at that point, so Disney had the rights to any of the Sentai stuff that was being made by Toei. They were technically in bed with them, so they could have easily said, "Okay, so what we're going to do? We want to see what we're adapting next, try to get an idea of how we want to do this." And of course, it's Disney. When are they going to say freaking no? They're Disney. But yeah, that would make sense because Dino Thunder did air. So yeah, that would make sense. Because I was did air. So yeah, that would make sense. Because I was thinking in my head because the final episode of O Ranger going on, so that would make sense. Because otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. Because I was in first grade when But I would doubt it that's at that point Disney had access to the Sentai, past and present and future. So it would make sense that they would have access to the one that's coming up next. They would be adapting. They would have just had to go to Toei and say, "Hey, so here's the deal. Um, we're adapting this one next. We need to have some footage of it so that we can get this shit going. We can get this stuff underway. So what are you gonna say?" And it's not like Toei's gonna up and tell them to go piss off because it's come on, they have you over a barrel, technically. Because they did have the right again. It's Disney. Their lawyers are massive. But it would make sense because then they would have to figure out okay, so which cast members do we want to get? Because remember, Dino Fear or Dino Thunder was the one that they brought back. Jason David Frank as Tommy, which is really cool. We got a nice little homage to what he was doing. So yeah, that would make sense. Because Disney owned their ass. But yeah. But yeah, I think we could have gotten Zenkaiser for a swan song. Just, really screw themselves, and we the fans are the ones that are going to suffer now for it because honestly, it sucks. I don't like that because if you want to get a decent Sentai, or we're going to get the really shitty stuff now. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a Sentai. It's a series that has run for almost 30 years. I mean, for God's sake, I was 5 years old when this dropped. I remember Day of the Dumpster. I remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers sweeping the goddamn nation. I remember every Christmas I would get one of the Megazords. I got the Dino Megazord. I got the White Tiger Zord. In fact, I still have the White Tiger Zord. In fact, I still have the. I actually still have the faceplate for it yet. Kamen Rider was difficult to adapt, unfortunately, because they tried it. All right, so you had Masked Rider, which wasn't bad. They just, at that point, I think they realized that they were striking way too many coals way too quickly. People were getting burned out on Saban crap, and they ceremoniously put it out of its misery. On top of which, they adopted Kamen Rider Black RX, which wasn't that, and I have seen clips of it, it wasn't that good to begin with. And I have seen clips of it, it wasn't that good to begin with. But by that point in time, the internet was a thing. You could just watch a lot of those shows on pirated sites. It was a lot easier, and you got the better stuff. For Ryugi, it wasn't a bad series to adapt. They did a good job, but they had it. The only network that would take it was the CW, and they wouldn't know of a good show if it came up, bit them square in the ass, and dropped a crap ton of money at their feet. They wouldn't know a good show if they saw it. So for them, it was basically on a Saturday morning block for kids. And that was it. They didn't even give it a proper finale. You had to go online to watch the finale. I think if they would have tried to adapt dark ones, it would have been a good one. Would be a good one to try because Fruit Jesus thing. and just have it be flat out okay, so these alien fruits have been coming to the earth for years, and they're trying to fight to stop it from invading, only it corrupts two of them and turns them basically into the generals, and one's going to basically try to save everybody by allowing the earth to be taken over, and the other one's going to try to stop it, only to have to do the same thing anyway. Unfortunately, which is sad. I think that would have been really good since a lot of the um, icons were based off of. Uh, I would say Build would actually work as a decent adaptation. Pretty much keeping it almost spot on what it is. That would have definitely worked for an adaptation. There's another one. What is it? Crap. Well, technically, as much as I hate it, XA would work. Crap. Well, technically, as much as I hate it, XA would work. XA would definitely work because they're trying to adapt that. Forza would work. They would have had to have done some massive explaining because that was basically an anniversary season. But yeah. Oh, that was with Blade. I was trying to remember. I was getting into an argument with somebody on Twitter about card-based Kamen Rider series. I forget it was market to kids. The cards. Blade had that, but at the same time, theirs was more of a you're becoming a mutant sort of deal about that. Why Blade couldn't have been adapted. Foz would have been a good one. Kabuto, but I'm definitely not. I would say that Blade probably wouldn't have worked. Ryuki was okay, so long as they avoid Kiva like the fucking plague. I'd be happy with it because I hated Kiva with a passion. Kamen Rider Kiva was a joke. Double would have worked. Futo PI. I didn't even finish watching it. What was the? There's another one. This probably would have worked actually. Oh no, because vending machines are more popular in Japan than they are here. And for this, that probably wouldn't have worked. No wait, that might have worked actually. That could have worked. Deno wouldn't have worked though. Time traveling train. I don't see that working. I would be stretching it a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones though they could have adapted for Kamen Rider. But yeah, like I said though, the two that we did get, sadly, the one was Black RX, which that was Master Rider. That it was already taking and that's the sad part is that it was not a good Kamen Rider series to begin with. That was actually I feel like that was one of the weaker of the Showa era. I feel like that was one of the weaker. And then you had Ryuki, which was I think that one was the Heisei. That should have been Heisei era. So that one wasn't bad. But like I said, by that point, they got screwed by the network they were shoved onto because Fox Kids wasn't around anymore. Disney obviously wasn't going to take it. Or sure as hell don't want it, even though it probably would have worked out for their we want live action stuff. But of course, you stick it where you can and you stick it to the man. Well, unfortunately, they stuck it where they could, and we all got screwed because of it. Because that, I mean, Ryuki was good, but Dragon Knight, I did like Dragon Knight. I wish it would have gotten more love than it did. It deserved a little more love than it got. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I did like the video game that came out for the DS. I did play that. That was fun. But yeah, I kind of wish it would have gotten a little more love than it would have been great if it would have just gotten a little more love than it did. Right now, I'm trying to think of a topic that I could do for next week too, because we did the monster thing, then we started diving into Power Rangers and Sentai, and now we're diving into Kamen Rider. So I'm trying to come up with an idea for what we could do next week. Oh, yeah. Well, keep in mind, Power Rangers did cross over with Masked Rider in that really god awful start to season 3 of MMPR. The first 2 episodes before Ninja Quest were actually a crossover with Kamen Rider. It sucked. No, hey, that's fine. I don't mind going off topic. It's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. I mean, keep in mind, I came up with an idea. We did talk about it technically, and it's called the worst podcast ever. I mean, if we're going to stay on topic, I would have just called it the Bullseye podcast or something. No, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issue with going off topic. I really don't. I don't have any issue at all with that. Because I like interacting with everybody, so I have no issue with that at all. That's perfect. It's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. Besides, I actually do like talking about Kamen Rider. I don't have a lot of people that have watched Kamen Rider, so for me to say, "Hey, let's shoot the shit about Kamen Rider," they look at me like I'm on drugs. They're like, "What the hell is Kamen Rider? Oh, get away from me, be gone." But no, I actually did like Deno. That was the first Kamen Rider series I actually watched. Was Deno. Because I liked I didn't like the main rider. I liked the second one. We had Alter Form and Vega Form. I liked that one. That one was my favorite rider of that series. Where he had his cards were erasing everybody's memory of him, which was kind of an interesting idea. It's like, look, you're saving people, but at the same time, it's costing you their memories, which was it's sad, but at the same time, it's a really good gimmick. I hated Kiva with a passion, though. I did try to watch Kabuto, but when I was watching Kamen Rider, I was basically just getting it off of YouTube, and by that point, it was a little difficult to get a lot of episodes, so I wasn't able to watch a lot of them. That was a good one, but yeah. I think Ultraman would probably have a better chance of getting another adaptation, but there are so many Ultraman series to pick from. I remember the US getting an adaptation for, and that was back during the Foxbox era. Because I just remember the theme song gets stuck. I never liked Tiga. I loved Kamen Rider or Ultraman Z. I love that one. I actually watched because at the time, so this is a funny story with this one. So I did watch Kamen Rider. Yeah, Ultraman. I did watch Ultraman Z. It started in the middle of summer, and it was really hot the one morning. It was Friday night going into a Saturday. I could not sleep. I got up early, just turned the computer on, checking YouTube, and it popped up, and it's like, oh, hey. I'm like, oh, it's an Ultraman series. I'm like, oh, what the hell? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm freaking bored, and it's 95 degrees outside. What the hell? Let me watch this, see if it's any good. It blew me away. I'm like, okay, I found something new to watch on a Saturday morning now, and I would watch Ultraman Z. Then I would try to watch it on a Friday night when it premiered, and I froze. Oh, I froze. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I froze. I didn't see that. I froze. I froze. Oopsie. Yeah, I froze there, folks. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was like 90. It was basically like 95 degrees outside. I watched it, and then when I started having to pull shifts, it was like a Friday and Saturday morning or Friday night. I couldn't watch it then. So I said something to my mom, like, well, we're going to watch it on a Saturday. And her and I would watch it. We got into it. She actually started liking it. At least we watched the last couple episodes. And the finale, I said, no. I said, I want to watch this. I said, I've been waiting all day for it, but I had to work that morning. And I wanted to watch it so bad. I wanted to watch it. So she goes, okay. So we watched it during dinner, and oh my god, it was so good. It was great. I remember watching the one episode when we had my grandfather's funeral, and then we did the over. We were doing overnight shifts, and I was like, nope. I had to work Friday night and Saturday. I was so tired when I got home. I think I took a nap for like maybe an hour to 2 hours, and I'm like, okay, I want to watch Kamen. I want to watch Ultraman. We're watching Ultraman tonight because I want to see what happens. It was the finale of it. I loved it. Then I started watching some of the other stuff. Then again, because I had fallen out of Ultraman for a while. Uh, I liked the crossover with Jeed. I thought that one was good. Because then I actually have a couple of the Ultraman intros on my MP3 player because they're really good. But I loved Zet's. I love Z's transformation with the Z Riser. 07 Leo. That was really cool. You had the whole Belia medal. The fact that the final villain was a shapeshifter that just kept possessing people. They finally possessed the one guy that actually had authority over everybody and was trying to use the girl that the main character liked as the sacrificial pawn. He was not having that bullshit. That was great. I love that. I tried getting into. I didn't watch the one after that because I think that was more like a catch up thing or a combination special or something like that. So I didn't watch that one, but I did watch. I did try watching the one after that. It wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it wasn't bad per se, but yeah. True, but like I said, it could also be something for similar to Power Rangers, where if it's still airing, they can't technically use it yet. Plus, you have to remember, Ultraman is way more popular in Japan than it is here in the States. Tiga kind of proved that, unfortunately, because even though it was on the Fox box, it was one of their flagship shows for the new Fox box. It did not bring the ratings that I think they were hoping it was going to bring, which is sad, but that is what happens, unfortunately. I don't know. I mean, they could pick Jeed. Jeed was a good one they could adapt. Then go to Z, Double, Orb. But all right. So, Common, let me ask you this, because this is kind of the thing that I was getting into. So they announced the new Kamen Rider series. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but they announced it. Somebody had a thing up on Twitter about it. And I said this because I would love to get a Kamen Rider series where we get keys as the transformation gimmick. This new one's going to have a card-based gimmick again. I would love to have a Kamen Rider series where we have keys as the main transformation method. Because the one was going about how in Gaim, all the other ones were locks. So you need a key to unlock the lock. But I mean, like, one starts off with all keys. And another thing that I would like to have added to it, because this is an idea that I had, would be the one thing that Kamen Rider has not touched for a proper series: dinosaurs. They have had a couple thrown in here and there. There was the one Gaia Memory that created a dinosaur. And then there was Puto Tyrannosaurus in O's, the Ultimate Transformation. Otherwise, we did not get any. Well, they did adapt Tiga. We got Ultraman Tiga. That was the one they adapted. That was the Fox box. And that was the entire thing. It's basically get a series that's easy to make, just throw in some new characters, or just dub over it. Just do the Godzilla dubbing is what it's called. and just be done with it. That is actually the name. I looked it up. It is called Godzilla dubbing. When you take something that already exists and you're dubbing over it to make it official, like the official English dub, but it's still the same characters. You're just giving them new lines. It's Godzilla dubbing, basically, which is weird, but whatever. But no, what do you think of my idea though for a Common Rider series called Common Rider Dino? Like you could have different keys for different dinosaurs. Like Tyrannosaurus would be, T Rex or Tyranno, Tricera, you have Brachiostego. But the kicker, and this would be the cool part, is that you could seems cool enough, yeah. But hold on, let me get to the best part. So the keys are actually, I guess you could call them like sentient dinosaurs in a way. They can actually fuse together. It's like if you have two keys that are really powerful enough, it's sort of like adding in a build gimmick to it. Yeah, I do too. I think the new rider looks cool too. I think the new rider looks pretty badass. But this is my final thought though with my idea. The Tyranno key and the Tricera key. I open it up like it would go Tyranno, Tricera, lock them in, do the quick little twist to activate them. And it goes Tyranno, Tricera, Fusion, Tricerano Rex. If you like a Triceratops and a Tyrannosaurus mixed together, and that would be your power up. Now, how does that sound for an interesting gimmick? A crossover with Kung Fu Panda and Power Rangers. Are you gonna have the Green Ranger fight Poe? No, no, seriously. Are you gonna? I would. That would be really cool. You gonna have the Green Ranger fight Poe? That would be cool. That would be awesome, actually. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that I'm like overtaxing my RAM tonight because uh I'm checking my thing that I'm processing and it is at like 1 frame per second. So I'm gonna have to really look at that. I might be having to do that again after I'm done here. Wow. God damn it. I knew it. I knew it was still running. Stupid Windows update. Stupid Windows update. I knew it was still running. I knew it was. That's why I froze a couple times. I knew it was still running. Ugh. Microsoft, if you want to give everybody an update, have it come out quickly. Damn it. It's still trying to run yet. I know it's an update that it wants to do, but it takes so long and it screws up and it pisses me off. Oh, you can't have it be the Green Ranger? Or Zero Ranger 5? I mean, keep in mind, he had three different, he had four different transformations. There was the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, Zero Ranger 5, and the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. Oh, that would have been. Uh, well, they would have had to explain why Bandora hates kids. Because if you ever listen to Bandora's song, she literally says about how she hates children. Uh, try explaining why there are two old men trying to kill a child to stop him from waking up Burai. It would not have ended. Let's just it would not have ended well. I think the U.S. censors I kind of feel like the U.S. would have had a field day with that. The FCC would have thrown a fit, the likes of which I don't think anyone would have survived. I think that would have been the end of anything at that point. I think Sapan's name would have been thrown out the door. You just dubbed a series where two old men are riding a Jeep trying to murder a child. No! That would not, oh my God. That would not have ended well. Oh my God, that would have ended badly. That would have been bad. Oh my God, that would have been so bad. Okay, I'm gonna end up having to redo that video I'm trying to process because the frame rate on that just went down massively. I don't know what's wrong with my computer tonight. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it, I hope. I stopped the update again. It's like the fifth freaking time I stopped it. Unless it's my headphones that are doing it, because that's trying to process power for this. God damn it, it started it up again. This is really starting to piss me off here with Microsoft. I'm not even joking. This is really starting to irk me. I know they want this to go through. I get that. But when I tell update to stop, I want it to stop. I don't want it to go, oh, it's going to stop for like, I want it to stop for a reason. Remember, the Tiga dub was basically done for the Fox. Remember, the Tiga dub was basically done for the Fox box. They wanted something brand new to try to bring people in like Power Rangers did back in the day for Fox Kids. Was, again, they had competition this time. See, when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers dropped on Fox Kids back in the 90s, there was not much competition. At best, Saturday morning cartoons were so basically Hanna-Barbera leftovers on Cartoon Network, whatever Nickelodeon was limping to the barn with, and the educational cartoons CBS and ABC had. I think WB was starting to come into their own, but they basically had some of the Warner Brothers line and some newer stuff. When the Fox box hit, Kids WB was pretty much in bed with 4Kids. 4Kids was making and popping out anime out there. WB still had Pokemon yet when the Fox box aired. So when the Fox box started, they had no chance in hell of recapturing the audience that they had already lost. So their plan was, let's try to recapture them like we did back in the 90s, not realizing that this time they actually have competition. And that competition just completely railroaded and steamrolled their ass. I mean, honestly, it's not that difficult to do in the grand scheme of things because they could easily do it. I mean, it wouldn't take me long to freaking do it. You know, like I said, back in the 90s, there was no competition. There was no all right, let me go with this. So let's say that I would have decided to dub Tiga right after it finished airing in Japan, and we just dubbed the entire series and popped it up on here. And let's say we got it out maybe a month before Pokemon. Now, I'm going hypothetical here. Popped it up on here. And let's say we got it out maybe a month before Pokemon. Now, I'm going hypothetical here because I'd have to look up exact dates, but I'm going hypothetical. Let's say that I got it out right before Pokemon became the zeitgeist that it became in the States. So I'm trying to capture Joker, but it can't be enough for kids. Okay. And I'm going up against an animated mouse that can shoot electricity from its cheeks. Yeah, I'm going to lose this fight. Hands down. Now, if I get it out beforehand, ooh, cool, it might become popular enough, but you have to have something that keeps them coming back. It wasn't that the series was bad. It was that their choice is just you're not adapting it, which is fine. But what you're doing wrong is you have the opportunity to give it a better story and to fix some of the issues that you know aren't going to float well over here. If something is culture based in Japan, it won't work in the States and vice versa. So by changing that up when you're dubbing it, it would make a lot more sense. Like how Pokemon did the rice balls and said they were donuts. Nobody in the States do the flat out, oh, we're just gonna dub right over this. You had the opportunity to try to sucker them in with a better story while you're doing that. It's like same premise, you're basically using the same stuff, you're just giving them a better reason for why they're doing it without actually adapting it. That's the problem. At least one. Two, again, Foxbox. They had nothing. The Foxbox was just their last ditch, please, for the love of God, watch us, that they tried. Because not too long after it failed, after the Foxbox failed, Fox Kids and the Fox National, because 4Kids in the WB and at the time just completely destroyed them. And then when ABC joined in after getting just completely destroyed them. And then when ABC joined in after getting Power Rangers, that was it. They were done, and they knew it. When the WB ended up getting Yu-Gi-Oh! And a couple other different anime series, and anime was becoming this massive popular space, they had nothing left to bring to the party. All the Foxbox had was, oh, we have Ultimate Muscle, we have Fighting Foodons. You have two niche series going up against the cultural juggernaut. It's literally, it's a no-win scenario. It's like having a toddler go up against a Mack truck. Which is going to win this fight? The Mack truck that can just railroad over the toddler and turn it into strawberry jam, or the toddler that's not going to do squat? And that's what happened. Lazy and inambitious. Oh, we're just going to try to copy and paste what we did with the 90s, and at the same time get stuff that, our competition's doing. The competition had a much better chance of succeeding than you did, and that's the truth of it, unfortunately. Hands down, that was the problem. It wasn't so much that they dubbed it bad, but yeah, it got canceled because there was nothing there. They canceled it out of their own arrogance because they didn't take the time to actually read the freaking room. If they would have read the room, they would have noticed, okay, so we have essentially no idea what the hell we're doing, no idea how exactly to do this, and we're hoping that this is going to work, but somehow we know it's not. And that's what their problem was. That's what ended up being their massive faux pas, basically. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have enjoyed seeing it actually succeed. But of course, it wasn't going to. That was the problem. You gave an Ultraman series. I even asked the same question, what the fuck is Ultraman? And all I thought of when I'm watching this was like, okay, so this is like VR Troopers in a way. But that's all I remember from the Foxbox is, oh, we have Ultraman Tiga, Ultimate Muscle, Fighting Foodons, and a few other things. They ended up trying TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the In Time one. Then the next season when they were trying to get Splinter back, oh no, Fast Forward, that's what it was. And then the one when they came back and they're trying to get Splinter back after he had been separated. But the writing was on the wall for him, and they knew it. They had nothing left. Even releasing those, quote, lost episodes of shows, that was their last ditch, please, for the love of God, watch us, and they knew it was a failure. The Foxbox lasted just so long, and they had nothing left. Which... that is what it is. There was nothing they could do. The writing was on the wall. They screwed themselves from the start. We can't get Pokemon, but we have Digimon. But Digimon failed. It's not that Digimon failed. You have two things that are exactly the same. One, I didn't see Digimon keeping Agumon, Tai, and the rest of them going forward. they were in 2 seasons at most. They were in Adventure 01 and Adventure 02 as secondary characters. Then you had Tamers, you had Battle Frontier, or Frontier actually. Then you had and was okay, kids aren't enjoying this. When Nickelodeon had brought Digimon back, they even did the same thing that Fox did. And that was, we're going to put it right after something that's very popular and loved by everybody. They put it right after Power Rangers. The problem was, you put it at 12:30 on a Saturday. Nobody's watching Nickelodeon at 12:30 on a Saturday. I'm not watching Nickelodeon at 12:30 on a Saturday. So no duh, what had made them popular and how they had cornered what they did with Power Rangers was because there was nothing else there. There was no other market. The WB only had like their discount shows and stuff like that. I'm lagging a little bit here. All right, we're probably going to have to wrap this up because I'm lagging and my computer is just not functioning here. I'm going to stop this process because that's not working right at all, which is great, which means that's probably trying to do another update. So I'm just going to have to let it update because it's not accepting the fact that I'm telling it to stop. So yeah, this is I like to say a few words to my. It is running again. God damn it! Just in case anybody thinks I'm making this up. Okay, you see that? I'm gonna try to get it right here. Okay, hold on. Okay, watch the screen. Right here. I have stopped this process now 6 times. 6 times I have stopped this. That's now makes 7. And it keeps restarting. And because it keeps restarting, it keeps screwing up my system. Dear Microsoft, knock it the hell off. Signed, me. So, but yeah. So, I mean, it's just been, that's a pandemic. It's a stupid update that it wants to do. I know which one it wants to do, and it's pissing me off about it. But I know I'm lagging. I can see it. As I keep checking, my laptop's not getting warm or anything, but I am lagging. The fact that I don't want it to do it. So, but yeah, I think we'll cut it here then for the night. We've been going on this for like an hour and 40 minutes, so I think we'll cut it. But yeah, so we need a topic for next week. Or do we just want to pick up here and go with Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and other failed other things that did not succeed here? No, that's actually what we're gonna do. Next week's gonna be other failed Japanese shows that did not work here in the States. That's gonna be next week. That's next week. That is next week's. Is other failed Japanese shows that did not, or other Japanese shows that failed in the U.S. That's gonna be next week's topic. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's next week's topic. I'll see you all next week then. Bye, everybody. American. I'd have to look at other tokusatsu adaptations, but I can throw that in. American tokusatsu adaptations. Okay, I'll look into that. Let me copy that so I can immediately remember that so I don't forget. All right. I'll throw that into next week. So American tokusatsu adaptations. That's what we'll do next week. Yeah, actually, yeah. That'll work out really good too because that'll include Beetleborgs, VR Troopers. Yeah, that actually sounds like fun. And there are some a couple weird ones that I do know. So that's next week. I'll catch you all next week then. Bye, everybody.